So, I was just, like, before this video starts, Geo the meme, one of my friends, yeah, apparently he thinks he can be an animation channel. Sorry, dude, no, you can't. You think you can, but you can't. So, like, he's just, like, so he kind of sucks. He just doesn't animate, because animation is the illusion of the movement. It's like drawings with, like, that stays there for 2 seconds, and then another drawing for 2 seconds. He's bad. But, I might turn this into an animation thing or whatever. I don't know. But, anyway, here's the story of Netflix binge watching. I have 2 other stories, tiny stories, right after. Like, one of them literally just happened, like, less than 5 minutes ago. Anyway, it was during one of the re-records. Anyway, so, it's July, I'm bored, like, how, school, you get, like, summer, right? Well, guess what, I'm bored. Like, this happened, like, a couple years ago, okay? And I was bored. It's, because you can never, your break is just so long, like, if you can spread it out more, I'd rather just have it spread out throughout the whole year instead of just, like, only the maximum should, like, I'd expect it to be, like, 1 month, because, like, geez, 2 months, like, you get, by the time, like, there's 2 weeks left, it's, like, so boring. Like, I have less than 2 weeks till I go back, but, God, I am filled to the brim with boredom. So, and this happened, I was basically the same thing 2 years ago. So, you know what I decided to do? Here's what I did. I just went on Netflix, and, for the rest of the 2 weeks, I just binge watched a kid's show. A kid's show designated for, like, 3 to 7-year-olds. And I wasn't in that range. But I did it because I was bored. I had nothing better to do. So you know what I did? I'd go into that room with the white bed. The person who lives, who stays there, or sleeps in that room, still lived there. So there was a TV there. So and these usually are in the living room. So I just would watch their TV or watch Netflix on their TV, and I'd for like 2-3 hours, all the way up to, like, from like 5 to 12, I'd just be watching. I'm pretty sure it was Jake and the Neverland Pirates. Sorry for the cut, someone just interrupted me. 5 a.m. It's 5 a.m. Wow. I tried to sleep for like the past 30 minutes. Something's different. Oh, sprinkler. Hey, look. I didn't notice that. It's the water sprinklers. That's fun. It's a little sprinkler boy. Anyway, so I was, just watching, I was looking through Netflix, and you know what I see? Jake and the Neverland Pirates. And I remember, like, seeing this on the guide on TV. I'm like, I scroll through, and I see, like, I remember, like, seeing it. I remember, like, clicking it, like, it's on Disney, like, how, I don't know, because there are a few good shows, surprisingly. There's, like, one good show on Disney. I don't know, like, that, I don't know if they should do it, but, like, there was this thing, like, a year ago, on Disney XD, this, like, game show thing, that was, like, one of the only good things. Like, I remember that was actually good, but, like, I remember seeing Jake and the Neverland Princess. For some reason, like, I was bored. Like, I watched Doc Makes Muffin or something like that. So I'm just like, these kid shows. I decided to watch them because I have nothing else on TV. Like, nothing I was really interested in. So I'm just like, and I remember watching that. Like, it was way long ago. And so, I remember that. I'm like, I decided to go click it, and I just decided to binge watch the whole thing. I spent the 2 weeks before school just binge watching Jake and the Neverland Pirates. Oh God, I don't know how to take any of that. Like, was I, like, I don't know, like, should I be bashed for that? Like, is it like, I don't know, is that, like, embarrassing? Because that's kind of embarrassing, but I don't know. But, anyway, what was it? Oh yeah, so I just binge watched it, and, that's basically it. That's the end of the story. I just, But wait, we have a bunch of other stories. So I'm gonna tell this I'm not gonna tell the Netflix story. I'm gonna say this right now. So you know how you said another story happened 5 minutes ago, or was it in a different redo? See, I've been doing so many redos for like the past 30 minutes on this, because I spend like an hour or two just to make these videos. Like, they're crappy, but like I spend like an hour trying to make a redo, and a redo. But one of them, a shady dude, like, he was super shady. Like, my neighborhood, that house in specifically, just super shady. And he has like a gray sweatshirt, gray hoodie, just tries to tuck it in, and he walks by my house, and like, you see, and then he just stuck there like this, turn off the camera and just do this, but and I just think he doesn't notice me, and then, but right when he's like out of my view, he thinks he's out of my view, but he isn't. So you know what he does? He takes like a glimpse of me, like, on purpose, and I'm just like creeped out. See, I don't think he knew I'd notice. Like, I think I'm oblivious of me. No, see, if you don't know, I'm an extremely observant person. I notice many things. Do I point them out? Do I talk about them? No, but there are things I've realized about people. I've been backstabbed by like my best friends, and I don't do a thing about it. Like, I usually just don't do anything of it, because what's the point? I don't really I don't care. Like, I've heard, like, I've gone this thing, like, I'm able to listen to up to, like, see, I'm not as good as, what my, one of my parents was, because, my, parent was Filipino. She can listen to, like, 20 conversations at once, and understand all of it, and, like, talk to everyone. Like, how, though? I can only listen to, like, I can listen to, like, every single person. Like, I remember, like, a couple of years ago when I was in the class, like, everyone would get so annoyed at me because I'd be saying stuff in their conversations, like, alright, like, I'd be talking to everyone in the class at once, I guess. Like, I just hear someone across the room say something about me, and I'm just like, like, it sounds like they're pretty quiet, but I can just pass through the noise with my ears, I can hear everything. I've noticed something, I notice people, and like, it's quite a nice little thing, I guess. And okay, here's the next Netflix story. So another, this isn't really short, it's just a bunch of other things I've binge watched. I guess I remember binge watching Sailor Moon when I was like 5. Oh, those were some dark times. Like, I have like no memory of it. I just know I did. I also remember binge watching Doctor Who when I was like 6. Not 6. I was also pretty young when, like, I just remember binge watching a bunch of shows. I know I binge watched them. I just don't remember the ones I remember binge watching are Dragons. See, this is very recent. Dragon's Edge, Race to the Edge or something. And, it's basically Season 1 and Season 2. It's in the middle of both of them. It's before Season 2 and after Season 1. Movie 1 and Movie 2 of How to Train Your Dragon. But, I think I binge-watched one other thing, but, anyway, now here's another story. This is like a mini-story from my friend Espinoman. I don't remember any of this. I don't have any recollection of this. But apparently my David was like, he told me about, like, someone apparently had a bunch of years ago, like, I've known David, like, for, like, super long. Like, he was in the same class as me for 5 years straight. Like, that was, quite fun. So we were, like, friends, and that, because we were always in the same class, and we still are. And he was like, he told me, like during this year, like, you had someone had a crush on you, and like they came to talk to you, and like you did something, and then they like ran away or something, or like something gross happened. That was something a nice thing. I have no recollection of it, but apparently I did something. My oldest memory is like walking next to my uncle. I was like in the kitchen, and like every single person was there. And my uncle, I remember my uncle, like, and my someone else was there, and I don't know who was making coffee, but they were like at a coffee brew or something. That's my oldest memory. Anyway, that's your story. Yeah, I have gathered so much information over, just, I am very observant. I don't think I'm very observant anymore. I am, but I'm not observant through everything. I'm only observant on a certain specific thing now. Nowadays, I don't, like, I'm not, like, I'm usually, thinking about something else. I'm not, trying to, I'm not just doing it on, listening to every single person's conversations. Because I was literally listening to people's conversations from across the room. And I'd, be like, I'd mention them, and they're like, I wasn't talking to you. I'm like, I know. But it gave me something to do, because it's so boring. Like, I never had anything to do. Like, by the end of school, super boring. By the end of summer, super boring. It's always boring. It's just, deck the halls with lots of boredom. La 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 la. Anyway, there are a few things I wish I remembered, but I don't. I bet that, I wonder who that person was. But David doesn't know either. He just remembers it. I wonder if it was actually someone else. No, like it wasn't actually me, because I'm pretty sure David has more than me as another friend. Or was David my only friend? Because I remember it was David and someone else, but I don't think David had any other friends. Oh yeah, he didn't get like any other friends until like the 5th year. We were in the same class, and then the year after, when we were no longer in the same class. Oh, wow. That explains things. Oh. Yeah, that's why we're always, together. Because literally, we were like each other's only friends. Huh. So it probably wasn't anyone else. I mean, I think he was kind of friends with Justin Bieber. Justin a little, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna call him Justin Bieber. Even though that's, it's not like that's his real name or anything. I don't know if I want to, ask, Christian, not Christian, like, I don't know, but, like, there's this person named Christian, a lot of people are named Christian, but I wanted to use his, name as a joke. If I ever do a story involving him, I draw him as a cross. I don't know. Just a little joke I thought of a long time ago. Well, remember, I was just drawing in the dirt, like usual. I was drawing Shopkins. We'll stop there. That's enough information. Anyway. Bye, ya.